Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Encouragement. Today's encouragement is taken from the book of Psalms chapter 139. We'll start reading from verse 1. It says, "O Lord, you have examined my heart and know everything about me. You know when I sit down or stand up. You know my thoughts even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. You know what I am going to say, even before I say it, Lord. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head." Let's jump to verse 11 and verse 12. It says, "I could ask the darkness to hide me and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. To you, the night shines as bright as day. Darkness and light are the same to you." All right. So the encouragement I want to bring to you today, I'll start from verse 4 and 5. And what that part just tells me is that God's primary love language is quality time. God's primary love language is quality time. He said he will never leave us. He will never forsake us. He will be with us even unto the end of the world. God knows us so intimately. He loves us so intimately that he knows what we are going to do or what we're going to say even before we say it. I'm sure you've seen, lovers or people who have been married for a long time, that they sort of complete each other's sentence. It's the same thing with us and God. God has demonstrated so much good faith. He has spent so much time with us. He continues to spend so much time with us that he knows what we are going to say even before we say it. The onus now lies with us, really. Are we also spending time with God? Are we willing to invest time in our relationship with God so that we also can get to that point where we know God's heart and we know what he's about to say or what he's saying to us and saying to our families, saying to our churches, and saying to the world? It's very important that we spend time with God. To further demonstrate God's love language as being quality time, guess what he did? He sent his only begotten son, and he named that son Emmanuel, God with us. Further cementing this idea that I really want to be with you. I really want to be close with you. And if you look at verse 11 and verse 12, it talks about, I could ask the darkness to hide me and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. The psalmist said, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thou art with me." That is, even the presence of darkness is proof that God is near. See, even the presence of a shadow betrays God's presence. Guess what you need to cast a shadow? You need light to cast a shadow. So the presence of darkness, when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it betrays the fact that it proves that God is near to us. So whatever you're going through, whatever valley you're going through, whatever darkness you're going through, I hope this encourages you that God is near to you. He wants to be close to you. And all you really need to do is to spend more time in his presence. All right. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you on the next episode of Encouragements. Bye-bye.